general things about a Pisces sun sign in regards to romance before we get into the individual signs?
Well, I think anytime we're talking about romance, we're talking about a person's, first of all, fundamentally understanding a person's needs and drives. And Pisces, being a water sign, and being a mutable water sign, what that means is that emotion, intuition, compassion, imagination, these are huge in the world of Pisces.
So I could see this sign being a lot more creative in nature.
It's quite creative.
Okay.
And healing.
Healing is a good word for that too. So a muted water sign.
It's a mutable water sign, meaning that Pisces are able to be very adjustable to their environment and to those around them.
Sounds like a lot of more strong feminine energy to me.
Very feminine sign, actually,
so
in
like
terms of
receptive
the yin-yang
Yeah.
concept of femininity. So very receptive, very intuitive.
It will be in different clothes once it's all edited, which will be kind of funny, but I guess that's a good way to address it, why you'll all of a sudden see us in a clip wearing completely different clothes, talking about Pisces compatibility with Pisces, because we forgot to add it in when we were doing Pisces all together.
Well,
So-
Pisces can be a little bit in another, one foot in another world some of the times, and
There we
you
go.
know.
So we're traveling you through time
There
in
you
different
go.
worlds to bring you back to how Pisces is compatible with Pisces.
Okay.
And
well,
that said, how do those two?
Well, we'll review a little bit about Pisces, in
Okay.
that Pisces is a water sign. It's ruled by the planet Neptune, very spiritual, very connected to compassion. This is the sign where there is such a knowing on a deep level that all is one and that we are all connected. And so, hence that deep compassion and the spirituality associated with Pisces, and also the sensitivity and the desire to serve, to be helpful, especially in healing, the association with the arts, beauty, harmony, peace. So these are wonderful attributes of any Pisces. However, there is a sense of kind of vagueness. So two Pisces together may find one another, and they may be very happy and contented. They may project a lot on one another. They may, because there's a tendency to idealize when you're a Pisces, not always looking at reality, but through rose-colored glasses. So they certainly might find each other to be very sensitive, caring, and wonderful to come home to. But unless each individual has their own goals or ambitions, they may tend to just kind of collapse into one another's wonderful, sensitive, and kind of watery embrace. And there is a tendency to be gullible, and there's a tendency to sometimes lack direction. And so having your own individuality is important, because otherwise these two Pisces may become one entity that just kind of floats along without direction.
I see. But I sense a very loving connection there.
Oh,
Just
compassion,
very
loving,
understanding.
yes, sweet.
Yeah, it does sound like
That's
a very,
sweet.
when you think of the word sweetheart, you would think of two Pisces together. I like
absolutely.
that a lot. That is very sweet.
A lot of kindness.
Yeah.
We just certainly know that they would have difficulty helping one another to get out of issues, especially where there's such sensitivity that, and such awareness of the pain of others, and sensitivity to their own pain, that this is where substance abuse can be an issue, and hard for one another to help
Pull the
pull
other
the other
out.
out, because they both have the same issues and same sensitivities.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That brings a practical always like to talk about a very good point that you bring up, that we shouldn't put all of our stock and thoughts into the sun sign compatibility, because like you mentioned, there's a lot more to it.
That's right. Well, so perhaps when we're talking about Pisces, we can be open to the thought of Pisces sun. But if you happen to know that you're a Pisces moon or a Pisces ascendant, some of this information may relate, and vice versa. If you know that your partner or friend shares ascendant or moon sign with some of the other signs that we're discussing, maybe that will help us to see that it's not just sun sign compatibility we're looking at the rising sign, attitude, and the way others perceive us and receive us, and the moon sign, our soul, and certainly Venus and Mars come into play anytime we're talking about attracting relationships and the fire and passion of relationships.
Right, because to a true astrologer like you, now that I've witnessed a complete astrological chart, there really is so much more happening than just your traditional sun sign. So we want you to keep that in mind when we're talking about compatibility, referring to sun sign compatibility. And as we've said before, remember to love yourself first before you go trying to love anyone else, because then no matter what your sign is, it makes it a lot easier. And thanks for watching.
Bye-bye, thank you.